Hello learners and viewers, welcome to this program. Namaskar. Today's topic is ICT and women. There are various issues related to ICT. That is, first one is the access and equity. We are going to discuss in detail in this sessions. With us, we have Dr. Usha Rana. She is an associate professor as well as program coordinator for the program Diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development. This topic is part of the course BWEE 012. Objective of this session is to first to understand what is ICT and the significance of ICT. After briefly discuss about the ICT and its implication, and after that we need to discuss about is there any gender divide within ICT, and if there is a gender divide, what type of implications it will create among women, and how to bridge that gap and how to bring equity and access to ICT among women, and what are the potential benefits if they get access to ICT technologies. These are the objectives with regard to today's session. Let me start asking first question to Usha Rana. She has to introduce the ICT for our learners. After giving an introduction, let us discuss more about gender issues related to ICT.
Thank you, Dr. Omar, for this introduction. When we start about the ITC, Information and Communication Technology, are the device set of technological tools and resources to create and disseminate the store, bring the value addition and manage information. Yes, this is the information era. Everything about the information has done through the ICT. Earlier we are familiar with the tools of ICT like television, like radio and other telephone and other equipments. And we have seen their advantage within a society. Like I am memorizing one statement by sociologist McIver and Page. The inventor of radio was not aware how the radio will change the society. So now the ICT has more uplift, more change within several new innovation like a computer, internet, wireless communication, technology, along with powerful software, media, audio, video, electronic media, social media, including of course, and so many modern ICT tools. So now we are enriched with the new innovation in ICT. It is our fastest and growing industry in the world. And ICT revolution having an impact on entire aspect of a life, including economy, society, culture, all around the world. ICT also providing a vital role in link civil society. ICT giving a platform to introduce new issues like human rights, like climate, like women issues, gender equalities issues, and many other issues has been rising on the global platform to talk about and find out the new strategy for that and deal with the challenges with creating a hurdle in this process. So definitely everything we talk about the ICT, there also the some negative aspect as well, or we can say the negative aspect in the sense of access, yes. Like developed countries, underdeveloping countries, like poverty can be seen. Those who have not sufficient money and amounts, they cannot access these things. Yes. Such kind of things can be seen with the in the social, as we are the student scholars from the SOGDS School of Gender and Development Studies. So we are seeing the all aspect through the gender lens. Yes. How the gender divide, gender differences can be seen in this process.
Yes, that is, you are absolutely true. When we talk about the ICT, certainly it needs to be get benefited everyone in the society. But the existing studies clearly point out that there is an gender differences in accessing ICT technology, unlike in earlier, like a television and radio. Now that the ICT technology itself has expanded. Now, all of you, our learners, you all must be aware that like the smartphone has, the access to smartphone has increased, and it has in each family at least one person must be carrying an access. Still, the existing study clearly point out that the women were not able to access ICT technology due to various reasons. So it is certainly we need to discuss what are the gender issues related to ICT, because ICT is for everyone, but still not only ICT, whatever the government policies and programs, it needs to be benefited to everyone. That's why we need to formulate the policies with by keeping gender issues in mind. Let us discuss what are the gender issues related to ICT.
Like we used to say, ICT should be for everyone because it is play a significant role to change within a society, within an individual, and within a nation, and of course within a global platforms. So when we talk ICT for everyone, the equal beneficiaries of advantage should be there, women should be there, other genders should be there. What is a benefit for the ICT? So we are talking because help of ICT, we can stimulate economical growth, socio-economical development, effective governance, and many other aspects which can change our society, which can change our nation. But uneven distribution of these resources, the access of ICT, we can say the term of digital divide.
Yes.
Digital divide, or we can also call that digital inequality within a society. Digital inequality within the society. So the different kind of the societies, different kind of the nation have different kind of the access and difference in between the gender and other aspect of a society. So this is a question which comes in our mind to discuss how we can bridge this gap, right? So to bridge this gap, we have to understand how the gender playing a role in all this discussion. A study conducted by the United Nations Commission in 1995 on the science and technology for the development. The study revealed a difference label to access control of advantage of ICT. Even recent study done by the Facebook in 2022, there was a finding of a study. Out of 100% of a user, 76% user were the male and 24% user were only female. Another study I would like to mention here, the study by the Global System for Mobile Association. Global System for the Mobile Association. This is study was conducted about the smart for ownership within a country, our country, India. So there was data of a continue 19. It was so different can be seen in the male and female having a smartphone. Like 2019, there was a 36% male have a smartphone and only 14% women have a smartphone, and 41% male have a smartphone. In 2020, 25% mobile have with women, and 49% with the male, and 26% only with the female. So this kind of discrimination in a recently study also conducted in 2024, and this reveals how the access of smartphone is not increasing with the women because of COVID and other the economical issues which concern because of the COVID only. So such kind of issues can be seen in the gender lens, how the gender has been creating, how the gender need to address to bridge this gap.
You have well said. When we talk about access and control over resources, there is a theoretical understanding which related to access and control over resources. When we talk about the gender issues with regard to ICT, this this access to and control over resources play a significant role. Sometimes in a family, one family member or that two male family member may be carrying a smartphone. In that they may have an access to smartphone, but they may not have control over it. Control over it means using that particular ICT technology, because smartphone is also one of the ICT technology. Using that ICT technology, they may not be able to take decisions, and they may not be able to freely use those technology for the benefit of for economic and other benefits. So sometimes women may have an access to that technology, but they don't have a control over it, like smartphone, even now television and radio, other ICT technology also, it is well spread throughout the country. Maybe they could be able to watch the television, but they may not be able to watch the programs which they would like to watch it. So here our learners, you must understand that this is the gender differences with regard to access and control over the ICT technology. Here, once we understand the existing gender differences in accessing resources, then we need to find strategies to improve women's access to ICT technology. Let us discuss about how to increase the access for women with regard to ICT technology.
Digital divide reflects both old socio-economical and political divisions, as we are experienced historically how the women was deprived in all aspect of her life, from the opportunities, from the resources. She was always on a second option.
Yes.
So this continuity is carrying forward with the ICT as well. Yes. We can see, understand the continuity, how the women are deprived in access and use and opportunity with ICT. Majority of women are poor, experiencing powerlessness, and less education can be seen as a major factor here. Later, there are several other factors. Women access to ICT, like gender discrimination in the country, how the gender discrimination can seen in all aspect of a life, like job, education. Women, if you see in country, the very less proportion of women is still in a job aspects. They are not getting a proper job because of gender discrimination, because of several family and cultural aspects, right? And social class, illiteracy, and geographical locations. Geographical location, we will discuss about that, how the infrastructural constraint, level of technical skill. Women still, you will see the STEM education. We talk about the science, technology, education, engineering and mathematics.
Yes.
So the proportion of women is less in these subjects, which gives you logical understanding, which give a scientific approach to use and access such kind of resources. So women are deprived in education aspects. It can be seen as one significant factors
in accessing
ICT technology. So infrastructure constraint play a significant role in this. Women are busy with the heavy domestic chores as well. She is giving a significant time to look after the family, raising the children, taking care of the older people within a family. So such kind of structural aspects can be addressed as against the women in this all process. Later, the location disadvantage, when we talk about the locational, like rural and urban aspect, when we talk about the urban aspect, compared to the rural aspect, the urban aspect, women are more participating in all this new technology. They are accessing mobile, they are learning a new technical skills. But in the rural area or semi-rural area, this aspect is very poor. Even the study has been conducted by the Delhi University, one of the department from Delhi University. There was how many women in a rural area has been using a mobile phone. The data was very poor in the context of women. Very few women have their own smartphone. or if they have, that was used by their husbands, by their sons and other kids. They are not using for themselves and new learnings. So this kind of infrastructural constraint can be seen within our society, and definitely economical constraint. Definitely the cost of smartphone is expensive. Charging amount of a mobile, it's have not a women. Mostly women, they have a smartphone, but they cannot charge their tariff again and again. So this kind of hurdles can be seen because women is powerless in the context of job, in the context of their own property, in the context of having their own money to recharge mobile.
Yes.
It can be seen easily in the all aspect of a society. And other structural conflict, like when technology जहाँ पर like a structural construction कि technology किस तरह से use की जाए, how to use the technology, how to use the aspects. Women are not aware of their less awareness, create a lot of family responsibility and other things always drain us. Social and cultural factors with the women, like young women cannot go to school, gender socialization, this is not for you. Even the enrollment in B.Tech education and BBA education, the male proportion is higher than a female. So this kind of socio-cultural factor, if a daughter can do only the BA, BSc, because the less amount of fees will be invest in her education.
Yes,
so such kind of issues can be seen within a society.
Yes, that is, you are absolutely correct. When it comes to ICT technology, Dr. Usha Rana has clearly pointed out that education, location and other socio-economic factors play a significant role in accessing the ICT technology. Like for example, women, that smartphone automatically, it is the cost of the smartphone is high. But so in a family, male members, they may not prefer to buy a smartphone for the women. Even if they have an access to smartphone, like we have pointed out that they may not allowed to recharge that phone regularly. So because of the location, like an urban women, they may aware about various technologies than the rural women. In this, like you all must be wondering how this ICT technology will be helpful for the self-help group women, because the entire program Diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development, we were dealing extensively about the economic empowerment of the women. In that economic empowerment of women, formation of self-help groups, accessing and creating certain economic activities and coming out from poverty is the significant factors in improving the women's status and position. So here the ICT technologies play a significant role in women's economic empowerment. So we were discussed what is ICT technology and the significance of ICT technology, what are the gender differences in ICT technology. Now we have discussed extensively about the problems related to ICT technology for women in accessing those technologies. Now let us see how to improve women's access in ICT technology.
There is a need of such strategies to empower women in this aspect. Like we have to create a gender familiar policies to participation of women, to enable women in all these aspects. Gender friendly policies women have to introduce in all aspects of their life, and she should have participation with all new technological learning. Improving the women access in ICT is very important. There a major role should be taken by the government and non-governmental organization. They should start a workshop on every local place and rural areas, urban areas, semi-urban areas. There women can learn about the strategies, how women can learn and she can enhance her understanding about the technological access of smartphone and computer laptops. Improving girls and women access in education, of course. As we all know, without education we cannot access these all technologies, resources, the basic like English language is required to access or these all kind of equipment, because the origin of these all resources came from the foreign country and English is a dominated language. So we have to go through the basic language education of girls and women. We have to also push the higher education to women and girls in this area, so it can help to them to learn the technology, learn the new innovations which can make their life better. They can get a job, they can get a good opportunity. So this is very important for this. Providing access of capital, definitely without finance we cannot do anything. So the financial support for the women, it is very required in this process, so they can buy a smartphone, they can charge their phone, they can use another aspect of innovation with the new technologies and these things. So for they can scale their small business to the big platform. They can approach the market, they can approach the customer, so their business can increase, their market approach can increase, they can earn more, they can get more opportunity in all this aspect. So I think this is a very important strategy which steps should be taken by the government and NGOs and of course from the civil society. And one thing I would like to add, family should also take efforts, like male, those who are very good with these resources, they have opportunity, they should also provide the same opportunity to the females, their sisters, their mothers, their wives and their daughters to learn these technology so they can enhance their life in better way.
You exactly what you have talked about, what are the benefits. Along whatever you have discussed about the strategies to improve the women's access to ICT technology as well as what are the benefits, I would like to add few more points related to the benefits of ICT for women. First one is that ICT technologies play a significant role in influencing the public opinion. So in that public spaces, it is very important to again and again bringing gender equality, the concepts related to equity and equality among other genders is very important. So the ICT technology, if the more and more women, if they able to use the ICT technology, it could bring positive opinion about the significance of bringing gender equality and equity. Second one is that in the current 21st century, we are in the information era. In this information era, this ICT technology is playing a significant role in providing economic opportunities. For an example, if the self-help group women, if they carry the mobile phone with them, through that mobile phone, they could able to access the financial institutions like a bank, and their account that can be accessed through the mobile phones. This information certainly will empower the women, and more information if they get through the ICT technology, that will provide strength and encourage the women to know their rights and participate in decision making. That is more important. This is the one example I have given it. Some of our scholars, they have extensively worked related to ICT and women's empowerment, specifically what type of impact, positive impact it will create among self-help group women. In some of the states in India, the government itself provided smartphones for the self-help group women, as well as the women who are working in certain sectors, specifically the sectors like fisheries and other sectors. Those women, they could able to know the weather report. So based on that weather report of that particular day, whether they could able to go to the seashore to do certain kinds of fishing activities or not, then specifically government with the help of the development organizations, they have created the information kiosk in many of the villages. Specifically in coastal villages, the government has created information kiosk. Through these information centers, farming women, and the women who are extensively involved in fishing activities and other economic activities. For example, if these information centers help the women to know the rate of the commodities, whatever they produce, that current rate they could able to know through these centers. Accordingly, they could take a decision whether to sell that particular product on a particular day or not. So, through this information and through these technologies, it has empowered the women to take decisions. This is the biggest benefit of ICT. To conclude this, engendering knowledge network opens up the new avenues for the women to freely articulate and share their experiences, concerns. These knowledges certainly provide various possibilities of the women to enrich and as they same pass through the generation after the generation. This technology is a very instrumental for helping the women to break the existing stereotypes, and they can become more empowered, and they can empowered both politically, economically and socially. Thank you so much for watching this session. Certainly, the learners who have enrolled in Diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development, this session will be very useful for you all. If you have any further queries, please write to Dr. Usha Rana. She is one of the program coordinator for the Diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development. Her email ID is available with the IGNOU website. Thank you.